Welcome along to Shanghai, ladies and gentlemen, where it's Chinese Grand Prix weekend. But before we can race, we need to qualify. And who's going to take that coveted pole position? How will our grid line up? We're about to find out. Welcome to qualifying.
Welcome all. Thank you for joining me for a fantastic weekend upon us. We are here at the Shanghai International Circuit in China, and we will kick off today with a sprint qualifying for the first of many in 2025. Subscribe, like, comment and share. And yeah, it's going to be a fantastic weekend of racing. So yeah, it's going to be absolute awesome. So as we head towards this long straight, a straight that is basically fending off of the longest straight on the calendar, but obviously I mean, this driver, I am because I'm the owner of the team, the ReaN Racing, and the team principal, I am hoping that my team do well this season. So yeah, the first time ever, I'm the actual owner and the team principal instead of the driver. So yeah, around the international circuit of the Chinese Grand Prix, and it's going to be a fantastic occasion this weekend. We have got fantastic weather, we have got some fantastic lighting for the game, and and he goes off wide again. What, mate? What are you doing, Barnard? What are you doing, Barnard? I mean, getting chased down at the moment for yeah, it's getting chased down at the moment. Can he keep ahead of the Scuderia there? He does, but he goes off wide. He loses the grips of that Scuderia Ferrari, and so yeah, we are looking alright for this lap. Green sectors, first sector and second sector is green. So yeah, obviously this is the first ever lap on the Chinese International Circuit, obviously this weekend, and yeah, it looks pretty much awesome. So we go down to the main straight here on the track, which a lot of dive bombs will be happening for the race. And he outbrakes himself again. What is he doing? God knows. But we move along here on to another lap here. Lap 2, of course, of this Grand Prix circuit. He is 1.7 now ahead of his lap time. And that lap time he did make was a 1 minute 40.990, so he needs to get better than that, and at the moment he's not doing, I mean, he is doing bad. He's last position of the track, so yeah, he's 22nd at the moment behind his teammate Leo Lei, one or the other. Can he brake perfectly? No, he can't. He cannot brake to save his life. He's on the grass, well, gravel, but you know. Yeah, so last turn. Ooh, he cannot keep it on the track, and now he is crossed the line, and that is a 1 minute 30.678. So that's fantastic for him. He is 14th position. So yeah, fantastic qualifying for the sprint race. So here we go. Sunny all weekend, and yeah, I hand you back to Crofty.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles per hour with DRS assistance down the back straight, before the cars brake into the tight hairpin at turn 14. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Lando Norris lines up alongside. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Piastri, Russell, Carlos Sainz, and Tsunoda, Leclerc, Doohan, Hamilton, and Fernando Alonso, Albon, Ocon, Liam Lawson, and Barnard, Stroll, Bortoletto, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Pierre Gasly, Hulkenberg, Hadjar, Behrman, and Brendan Lee completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. Well, it's been a long time since I last worked with you. Good to see you again today. Anthony Davidson. Well, Ant, we love this 11th team on the grid. They've certainly made an impact since they came into the sport. But without one person at the helm, I don't think we'd have seen what we've seen so far. Their team principal really is a character.
And you need these characters in Formula 1, Croft. You need them as a driver. You want to have full trust in the person leading your team forward, that your feelings inside the car and about the team are going to be relayed and understood in the right way, and positive changes made.
Okay, here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and the Chinese Grand Prix sprint race is underway. Fantastic start for the front two there of Max Verstappen and the two McLarens. McLarens are fighting alongside each other along the bends of the first turn, but they come into single file there. And Max Verstappen keeping ahead of his counter rivals there with good braking there for Verstappen. Now we move on to the ReaN Racing of Barnard. He gets a good overtake there on Alexander Albon. Fantastic for him and the team, getting ahead of the Williams there. He is getting closer though. He's getting closer to the likes of Lewis Hamilton in the Scuderia Ferrari, and so he's getting overtaken by the Williams. But the Williams is keeping right alongside the ReaN Racing of Barnard. But Barnard, can he can make the corner, but this long straight will come up with challenges for Barnard in the ReaN Racing car, the white and red car of Sam ReaN. So here we go on the main straight. Is he close enough? No, he's not. And so he is 0.9 seconds Alexander Albon to Barnard. Barnard, almost collides with Jack Doohan in the Alpine, but he's on the gravel again. Needs to keep it on the track here. And so Barnard beyond Doohan, beyond Lewis Hamilton, of course. And this is not going to be...
DRS now available.
This is not going to be a good race, it looks like, for Lewis Hamilton, who is 8th position. And now Jack Doohan gets overtaken by Barnard in the ReaN Racing, of course. And it's going to be a fantastic race for Jack Barnard. Oh, Jack Barnard. Mixed up the two. We move along now to the penultimate lap here. Barnard is ahead of Alonso, Ocon, and right behind the likes of Tsunoda and George Russell, but he cannot do that turn, and he gets a position loss from Esteban Ocon, and he's right behind the gearbox of that Haas F1 car. Can he? He's doing everything he can, Barnard, to keep that car on the road and keep ahead, or get at least close enough to the likes of Esteban Ocon in the Haas F1 team. And so he is getting eagerly close, but we move along to the start of the Grand Prix here, at the front of the Grand Prix, and that is Max Verstappen, who is getting pressure from the likes of Oscar Piastri. He is getting overtaken by Oscar Piastri in the McLaren. What can Max Verstappen do? Oh, he has to give away, but oh god, the McLaren gets locked up, but he keeps the lead nonetheless. Max Verstappen has to give the position to him, and that is going to be a fantastic occasion for the likes of the McLaren. But we head back to Sam Rean's team. Barnard, he is getting close and close to Ocon here. He is ahead of Fernando Alonso. And can he get close enough to overtake him? No, he can't. He cannot. And that is going to be one single... I don't think that's a point either.
All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
That is 10th position for the ReaN Racing for Barnard. And that is the sprint race.
Welcome along to Shanghai, ladies and gentlemen, where it's Chinese Grand Prix weekend. But before we can race, we need to qualify. And who's going to take that coveted pole position? How will our grid line up? We're about to find out. Welcome to qualifying. It's time again then for Formula One in Shanghai. Northwest of the thriving city of over 24 million people is a circuit that first featured in the championship calendar back in 2004. It played host to Formula One's 1000th Grand Prix back in 2019. We start a lap here at Shanghai with the long, difficult right-handers of turns 1 and 2, the first of 16 corners that make up this 3.3-mile circuit. The incredibly long back straight provides the best passing opportunity of the lap, with speeds in excess of 200 miles per hour before we head into the braking zone of turn 14. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Norris, Sainz, Taylor Barnard, and Russell, Tsunoda, Hülkenberg, Gasly, and Oscar Piastri, Stroll, Doohan, Fernando Alonso, and Hamilton, Hadjar, Bortoleto, Esteban Ocon, and Alex Albon, Antonelli, Behrman, Lawson, and Brendan Lee completes the grid. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me, a man, well, what more can I say? But he's a legend, Anthony Davidson. And let's talk momentum with this driver. What a sprint it was. They start at 0 once again for today, but with a huge amount of confidence, surely. Now, we had great fun watching them win last time out. What a great victory it was. But can they carry that into today's race?
It's the important one, isn't it, Crofty? You've done it once, can you do it again? But, you know, if you start believing in yourself and the confidence starts to build, that inner confidence is what you need. And you can carry that through to future races, including this one, and you set that ball rolling. That's the critical thing that they're looking for here. And I believe if you've got that first race win or a win at any stage, it can start to roll with you in a good way.
One, two, three, 4, 5 red lights, and the Chinese Grand Prix 2025 is go! Fantastic start for Max Verstappen against Charles Leclerc. What a good run to the first turn, and Leclerc and the McLaren is side by side there going into the next turn. Oh, what an overtaking spot for McLaren. Now we get back to the ring racing of Barnard. Barnard is right beyond the two action-packed teams. And what a overtake, but Barnard keeps it on the road, he keeps right behind, but he's alongside, well, nearly alongside George Russell, but he gets trying to overtake Charles Leclerc in the scooter wheel Ferrari, and he does. What an overtake for Barnard. Now he's aiming his sights on Verstappen and Lando Norris. And so we are going to be having a fantastic race, I feel, for the ReaN Racing here, the highest they ever become, obviously, in this journey of becoming a new F1 team. So he is getting closer and closer to the British driver there and the British team of McLaren and Mercedes. And so he is either going to be overtaken, but he is gaining on Lando Norris. He's gaining. Will he overtake? He does. Can he keep the overtake? Can he? He does. What a fantastic overtake for Barnard. Next up is a long-time good friend of his. It's Max Verstappen.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
DRS enabled, so this will allow Barnard, who is the only person on softs in the top 3. Oh, and now Barnard, this is absolutely nail-biting for the likes of Max Verstappen, who is trying to do everything he can to let the race go on and let, obviously, Barnard keep his position behind him, but that is not going to happen because they're side by side along the first straight. What a overtake for Barnard, but they're still side by side. Oh, what a overtake for Barnard for the race lead. But he's getting alongside Max Verstappen, but he's keeping ahead of Max Verstappen. But Max Verstappen has got to overtake Barnard. He's right on the gearbox of that ReaN Racing car, and that is going to be that at the time being for the likes of Max Verstappen and Barnard, because he is going to be absolutely thrilled to be first position. He's 0.7, 0.6 seconds behind Max Verstappen to the ReaN Racing Barnard. But he is getting closer, the Dutchman, the 4-time world champion, of course, of Max Verstappen. Can Barnard keep ahead of Max Verstappen, the 4-time world champion, on this long straight? He is 0.5 seconds now behind the Brit of ReaN Racing, of course. And now he's getting closer, Max. He is getting closer. He's getting closer. He's going to overtake him. He does. He overtakes him. But what can Barnard do?
Okay,
Barnard switches over and switches to the win. What an overtake for Barnard. He switches different sizes, different technique on the straight, and that has confused the Dutchman, of course, of Max Verstappen, who is now 0.9 seconds behind.
Tyres are degrading fast. We can change strategy if you want. Check your MFD for details.
The engineer wants a new strategy for Barnard since he is first position in this race, and this race is not over without a shadow of a doubt. Fantastic. But what will Barnard do? Will he keep to the same strategy or change a lap earlier? Will he keep it or change? Let's see. What will he do? He will.
Copy.
He didn't decide. But Max Verstappen, he's alongside him. He got distracted. Barnard about his pit stop information. And now Max Verstappen alongside. Ooh, I think that was a bit of contact there. And that is going to be interesting to see what he says about it in the stewards room after the race. But Barnard is still first. Verstappen still second. 0.5 seconds there. We'll later move on to the pit stops here. Lap 5 of 14 here. And this is going to be a crucial pit stop for Barnard in the race lead. And there's a safety car. Safety car is deployed. And that is going to be interesting to see what the dynamics are of this race as he gets the perfect optimal stop here. Barnard, the young Brit, putting on some medium tyres there for ReaN Racing, and it's going to be interesting to see now.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
What happens to Barnard? His teammate Lee is
Okay,
in
slow
the
down,
pits.
slow down. Your delta's negative, which means you're going too fast. Reduce your pace.
So with that being said, that is going to be interesting to see if or whether he ends up being first position in this race, because this race is not over without a shadow of a doubt. And we move on to the further down onto the lap 6 out of 14, and as you see on the top left hand corner, everyone is pitting, which means that Barnard, for the first time in his young career,
Remember to adjust your ERS mode and your MFD if you
are
need
going to be first, overtaking Charles Leclerc there and Max Verstappen, who is absolutely going to be like a rabbit in a headlight when the green light comes around. And now we move on to the moment where we are going to be seeing if they are going to be closing in on Barnard here as it goes green once again.
9.9 seconds.
As Barnard is getting pressured on from Leclerc in the Ferrari, and that is, he's going to keep that position for now. He is 0.6 seconds behind him, but can Leclerc get any closer? He has lost a bit more time there. He's 1 second behind now, and this is what a job this is from the young Brit of Barnard in the ReaN Racing, the brand new team, of course, in this Grand Prix. And now we move, this is laps ahead now of the Grand Prix, and yeah, as you can see, Barnard is getting wide there, but Leclerc is right on his tail now. Leclerc can smell blood of the first position, and now he is getting closer and closer the Monegas. And then the Brit, Barnard is off. He's off. He's allowing the space. He's about to get overtaken by Charles Leclerc for the race lead. Oh, what an overtake. This could be for the last lap as well. Oh, but this is the most important Anton. This is the most important lap of his career now. This could basically boost his whole team in the ReaN Racing. He's getting a good slipstream though, Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is getting alongside him, and is he overtaking him? He kept behind Barnard in the ReaN Racing, of course. First ever time in the Chinese Grand Prix. Of course, he cuts the corner. Surely Charles Leclerc will be talking to the stewards about that one. But that don't matter, because this is the last lap now of the race. Barnard, the young Brit, first in the ReaN Racing. Charles Leclerc, the Monegas, the experienced one, in the Scuderia Ferrari. And now he's getting closer. Charles Leclerc on Barnard. And Barnard needs to keep a cool head here if he is to win this race. Can he keep that turn? Oh, he goes a little bit wide there, Barnard, leaving room for Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc is right behind him now, and that is going to be a tantalisingly close finish here, and it's going to be one to remember for Barnard's career, because Barnard is going off wide. He's alongside Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc gets cut off there, and that is going to be is it, because we got one long straight left for Barnard to attack or to defend off. If he is to win the race, he has been leading this race for a few laps now. He's weaving left and right here. He's trying to break the slipstream of Charles Leclerc. He is definitely trying to do that, and that is not going to be working, because Leclerc is alongside Barnard for the race win. Oh, collides! And that is going to be this, is it? He's colliding with him. He's alongside him for the race win. The last corner of the race. He is off. It's going off. Oh! And that is going to be that. Just pipped him off the top spot. Charles Leclerc wins this fantastic race of the Chinese Grand Prix. Barnard is the race of the day, and I will leave you all to digest what just happened.
It all came good in the end for them, but it wasn't an easy start. Not the most straightforward of days, but I think it shows great strength in an athlete as a driver when you can overcome a day like this and walk away still with a victory.
It's time to bring out the bubbly and spray it around. It's our podium celebrations. And who gets to take the top step of the podium? Yes, it is I, Leclerc, Charles Leclerc on top. Formula One action very soon.